Hey guys, welcome back to Monster Hunter World. I know it's been a while since I posted a video. A while as in like it's probably been 6 months. But I'm back. I have been playing Monster Hunter a lot, and I'm here to bring you a support build that I use for Behemoth because I just decided to take on the role. Now, I wouldn't say I'm the best support because I haven't really played it in this game or that role really. But I made a build that kind of like it works a lot. It keeps our tank alive and our DPS alive and all that. Um, Now I can't really take full credit for this build because I got this build from a YouTuber named Rurikhan. Like I kind of you got to do your research because I didn't really make a support build and I know how much he plays and he's one of the people that I've like watched for a while. And so I kind of made like a makeshift build of his because I don't have as many jewels and gems as him, like his jewels. But anyway, so let's get into the build. So to start it off, we're just gonna do with the armor. So we have the Moss Wine Mask Alpha, which is just the pig one that you get from the Moss Pig. The reason why we got this is for Mushroom-mancer. Now, Mushroom-mancer is really good because as you have level 3, essentially any mushroom you can eat and it gives you a buff. I mainly use it to get like, pretty sure it's like blue mushrooms that give you like an extra healing. But not all mushrooms actually heal for like your entire team because we also have wide range in this build and we'll get to that in a second. Now I have two Lunestra parts to chest and arms because one, Lunestra's armor pieces actually have really good like slots. So you see I have 3 level 1 slots. Now this has peak performance. I have peak performance 3 in this build. But the reason why you want peak performance is because like you're gonna be a healer and I usually use the bow more, but you can use this for the bow or the sword and shield. That's how I initially build it. But in here we have one friendship jewel, satiate jewel, and medicate jewel. So that's where you get like one of your wide range. And then free meal is a really good bonus for a support build because whenever you take a potion or eat a mushroom and all stuff, you have a chance of it not consuming it, but you're still getting the full effect of it, which is really good for the behemoth fight. So that way you can keep constantly healing your teammates, and you don't have to go back as much or like run out of healing. So in the next one, we have the arms, which gives us wide range 2. Now, like I said, wide range is really good for a support because when you have maxed out wide range, usually wherever they are, as long as they're like kind of like, it's a really good radius where you can just like heal them, but you don't have to be like super close to them. So being a support that really works. And here I have a sharp jewel 2. Now, the reason why the sharp jewel's in here is because, like I said, I do use the sword and shield sometimes with this build because you can heal without putting your weapon away with the sword and shield. So that's why this is a really good, it's really good for support. But the protective polish is always good, so that way the sharpness doesn't run down. And I'll tell you the reason why later when I get into the weapons that I use. So now we have the Beelzeki's waist, which we have the. Make sure you get the alpha one so you can have that extra slot and the jump master on it, because like again, this was mainly geared towards sword and shield. So jump master essentially prevents knockback while you're doing a jumping attack, which you can do, and this gives us 2 earplugs because for support I want to have full earplugs, but if you saw on this I was missing one. It's because I need one more earplug jewel that's gonna put in here, and that'll get me to level 5 earplugs. So that way I can heal people even when he roars or do something like that. So that's always good. And also we put in here one mushroom-mancer, which that one plus the mask gives us maxed out mushroom-mancer, which means any mushroom we can eat. Now we have the Culturoff legs beta. Now this gives you 2 more wide range and then your last peak performance. And then what I put in here was medic jewel, well, 2 medic jewels, so that way I have maxed out, because this actually makes your healing go up super fast. Like when you take a potion, the full effect of the potion actually works super fast instead of waiting that long time. And because of this, we also have the Gobbler charm, which is all the way maxed out, because this essentially makes it instant when you take a potion and all that stuff. Because you know how you take a potion, your character slows down, and you know you can run a little bit. This is just like kind of like an instant, you know, throw it back, get back into the fight. That way you're never kind of like caught healing, and that way if you need to, you can just like keep healing your teammates if you're like they have like they get caught in a tornado, especially for Behemoth Extreme. Like he does a lot of tornadoes. Like I say, they get caught in that. You can just like keep healing them until they can actually get out of it. And for the mantles, these change. Like I use Rocksteady because you know the roar and all that stuff, so I want to make sure I can keep healing. But once I get that other earplugs jewel, essentially I'm switching this out and probably putting evasion mantle on, because I do use the bow, and the bow dodge actually works with the evasion mantle. So there's that, and it also gives you like a longer range to evade. Now, the thing is, for the weapons, actually I'll get to that in a second. So when you get all this, your full things you should have, and the only reason you don't see the earplugs on here because I have a different weapon on, but wide range 5, recovery up 3, peak performance 3, speed eating 3, mushroom master 3, earplugs is actually at 4, free meal, jump master, and protective polish. Now protective polish is one of the ones you can switch out, especially if you end up using the bow for it. You can I would say put something in that suits you more. That's why I put protective polish in there, because I was using the sword and the shield. Let me actually change to the one that I was using. Yeah, see, there you go. Now you have earplugs for it, but it's because like if you have like a melee weapon and you have protective polish, it's better because it gives you, I want to say, 30-ish seconds around that time where you don't have any sharpness that decays, which is really good. Because now that we're going on to the weapon that I would suggest you use if you use sword and shield for a support build would be the Xeno variant, because it has the 2 level 3 slots, and then you like I said, you can put earplugs in it. But if the slots aren't really that important, I would say go for like a paralysis one, or a sleep one, or a poison one. But just make sure that, you know, whoever you're playing with knows that you have, like, if you use a sleep one, make sure they know that you're using a sleep one, so that way they're not attacking him when he goes to sleep. But I use this one just so I can have the earplugs. And the thing is, the reason why I went away, because that's why I have this bow. This is also the one from Xeno, which you can just easily switch the earplugs over to this. Essentially, if you make any of the Xeno weapons that you're going to use, and you want to use the support build, just use earplugs and it'll help. Unless, you know, you have like if you have more gems and all that stuff, then you can actually look at the video in the description from Rurikhan. Probably use his build, because his has more slots than mine does, and it's it kind of has a different abilities. I think he goes for, I think he has Tremor in it, I'm not really sure. But so you can see what I did for the essentially for the gym, because like his has way more slots than mine. The unfortunate thing is the mask that I'm using doesn't have any slots, because it's one of the early on ones. But like, if you really want another good suggestion for a bow, that I would say would be the workshop bow. Pretty sure this was it. Yeah, the workshop bow, because all you would need is to get a power charm, and then you can put that in that empty slot, as you don't really care about having all like maxed out earplugs. And if you're just going to use Rocksteady Mantle, like if you're going to use Rocksteady Mantle, then you can use this bow because it has paralysis, poison, and sleep. And then there was where's the other one that I was using? This one. I mean, this is an okay one if you have the Diablos one, because you have paralysis at least, which is really good. Another one you can use is the Legiana one, but I would just say put a paralysis charm in your build, and then you'll have, you know, all the elements that you really need. Because it's good to have sleep and paralysis if you can as a support. Because I'm also trying to make a bowgun build, so that way, because I want to use exhaust, you know, because exhaust makes the monster tired, and that'll be good for Behemoth. So that way you can actually have it'll be easier for your tank to get aggro, and it'll be easier for people to just do damage if he's tired and just sitting there. But that's essentially it for this video. If you have any suggestions about, you know, any ways I can improve it or other things that you have, leave it in the description below. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, maybe it'll help. And for more content, hit the subscribe button. I try to upload every day between 6 p.m. Pacific to 7 p.m. So anywhere in that time the video should go up. If it's a little bit late, I apologize. It just means something was happening, like or I uploaded a little bit late. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.